Yahar mateys! Welcome to the seas. This is Damron. We're playing the Sunken Kingdom update that came out as part of Season 4 in Sea of Thieves. Brought us a lot of new commendations, a lot of really cool shrines and treasuries that are actually underwater. You're going to have some really cool places to explore. I'm going to cover all of the commendations throughout several videos, and I'll also have kind of one video that puts it all together. But I figured it'd be easier to separate these in smaller videos because there's a lot of different places we need to go, each of which have certain different collectibles. The first thing that I want to mention before we get started in this particular shrine, we're going to cover Shrine of Flooded Embrace in this video, is the coral messages in a bottle. This is a new message in a bottle that is specifically tied to the shrines in the Sunken Kingdom update. These are just like messages in a bottle. You can find them on a beach, you can find them in barrels of plenty out in the water, you can get them from sinking a skeleton ship. But essentially when you pick these up, it will actually give you a location that you can go to, one of these 6 new shrines or one of the 3 new treasuries that has a breath of sea if you go to that particular shrine. Now if you go to a shrine and you do not have a coral message in the bottle, you can still go into the shrine and get loot, but you'll not be able to get a breath of sea at the end of it, which I'll show you those locations in all of the shrines. But you do need to get 30 breath of seas in order to complete one of the commendations in the Sunken Kingdom commendation section. So let's get started with the Shrine of Flooded Embrace. And again, this is at N11/12. I showed you on the map there, kind of east by southeast from Shipwreck Bay. So when you get to that location on your map, just dive straight down. There's going to be a blue light in the water. You can't miss it. Dive straight down and you're going to come to this upside down shipwreck. Go into the back side of that upside down ship, and now we're going to find a door that we can open. By opening this door, you are going to now enter the Shrine of Flooded Embrace. And when we first come in here, we're going to get our first journal by kind of going into the hull of this upside down ship. And when you go into the hull, you're going to touch your foot down for the first time. You'll get the commendation for coming in here, but also the first journal should be right in front of you, right in front of this yellow coral. Now this shrine, unlike the other shrines, there's not really any puzzles to this shrine. It's kind of an open, kind of deep sea shipwreck area where you just get to explore, and when you're swimming through here, you're going to fight some sirens, and you basically get to find the underwater treasure. So the only thing really to do in this one, commendation wise, is to get our journals. So from the first journal, if we dive straight down and go just south, you kind of go under that first lip and look straight up, and you're going to see a brig. Okay, open that door and head into the brig and look immediately to the left, and you should see your second journal sitting right here in front of you. So we'll just touch a little bit about the treasure and how you can do that in these underwater shrines as we're moving on. Again, I've kind of cleared this out to make it a little bit, easier to see, but there's going to be some sirens in here that you're going to fight. And in this shrine and all the shrines going forward, there's going to be the coral treasures. And we have to collect a lot of these in order to get all the commendations for collecting them. You got to get 25 chests, 25 trinkets, 50 skulls, 50 merchant coffers, and you have to turn all that in, as well as our 30 breath of life. And the way that you do that is when you pick these up, you have to find these merfolk statues that are located within the shrines. And when you're down here, you can store the treasure in those statues. And at the very end, when you leave, I'll show you at the end of this, when you leave, you'll be able to collect all of that and put it on your ship. So let's go back to the second journal location for ease sake. And from there, we're going to dive straight down just a little bit. And when you come to this shipwreck that's kind of going across, the middle here, look to the southwest, and you should see an air pocket that you can enter. If you enter into here, again, you're going to be in an air pocket. There's some ammo chests, some barrels with food and stuff like that, but you're also going to notice one of those merfolk statue that you could place treasure in. Okay, from him, if you just turn around directly behind that, you're going to see your next journal in these kind of wooden debris here. All right, from this third journal, we're going to go back out into this, open water area. And again, I've cleared out the sirens that are in here, but essentially let's dive down a little bit further, not too much, but just a little bit lower. And if you look to the south by southwest, you're going to see this portion of shipwreck here. You're going to know it's the right piece if you see that it has this air vent kind of inside of it. But on the top of that shipwreck, sitting right on this piece of coral, is our fourth journal. from the 4th journal, we're actually going to go to the bottom of the shrine area. This is by far the shortest shrine of all of the 6 of them. Again, you can just come down here, explore, grab treasure, do whatever. But if you come all the way down to the bottom and go to the north side, on the right, you're going to see your 5th journal sitting in this bright blue coral. So the only other thing you really need to know about this shrine is where the Breath of Sea would be if you had a coral bottle that was leading you to this particular shrine. Again, it would say that on that piece of paper. And essentially it's just opposite of where that 5th journal is. In the northwest corner, you'll find this kind of chair-like piece of coral. It would be sitting right on top of there. And I'll show you what it looks like in one of the other shrines, but it would be right there. You wouldn't be able to miss it. So grab that if you have it. And then essentially you want to collect all the treasure that's left in the shrine, and you'll stock it on those mermaids, those merfolk. And when you finally are done and you exit, they'll be floating at the top of the water, and you can now collect that treasure from them. And when you collect it, it'll float up to the water, and now you can harpoon all that treasure that you had stuck in the mermaid, and now it's yours and you can take it on your boat. And all of the new treasure looks pretty cool, by the way. It's very fun. So that's actually going to wrap it up for the Shrine of Flooded Embrace. Again, it's the shortest one in these shrines. The 5 others are a little bit more challenging. There's some puzzles, but we're going to bang them out, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video.